Good afternoon. It is Thursday, April 30th, the last day of the month, and this is our final bedtime story. So we want to thank everyone who has supported this endeavor during April. I know my speech team students were really happy to bring those to you, and seeing a lot of your children, seeing pictures and videos of them watching our stories was really great. And if there's a story we didn't do and you'd like it, I'm sure that you can let us know that, and I'm sure I have a speech team member who'd be happy to perform if there's a special book that your little one loves that we didn't do. I want to also thank Morris Public Library for sharing our videos. That was great support and really exciting, and I know they're still sharing lots of those. So you can check out our videos. They're archived on the Speech Team Facebook page, and a lot of them are now on the library page too. So we're going to do, this is my daughter, Molly, who I'm obviously quarantined with, one of our speech captains. So we're going to do the last bedtime story today. Before I do that, we're not done. So Speech Team is partnering with Drama Club for something fun in May too, because we want to stay connected to you. And that's really what theater's all about: connection and the difference that you can make through storytelling. And so we're gonna, starting on Monday, we are going to start a online talent show. So every day, much like we do with the bedtime stories, a speech team or drama club member is going to post themselves doing something. It could be singing or dancing or acting or performing a monologue or reading poetry or a magic trick or card trick, or I don't know. It could be anything at all. So we're going to be bringing those to you weekdays in May, and we're very excited about those, and we hope you'll watch and support. And I still have a couple open slots for those. So same thing, if I have any alumni that want to do that as well, we would love to have you. And I want to say a special thank you to the alumni that read bedtime stories too. That was awesome. And to all the students that read bedtime stories, it was great. And all of this on a selfish level, it gives me a chance to see my students, because I really miss everybody a lot. This is our cat, Joey. So it really is been a selfish thing for me too, to get to see everybody. I miss my classroom and teaching and directing. I actually just left school and kind of sat in my room for a while because I just miss it. So Molly and I are going to do the last bedtime story. This is a special one to us, and we have our dog Ozzy here because it's about a dog. It's not about Ozzy, but it's about a dog. But it takes place in New York City. It's a book called Broadway Barks, if you can see that. And it's written by Bernadette Peters, who, if you're a theater fan, you know that name. She actually played the witch in the original production of Into the Woods, one of her many, many Broadway credits. But Morris just did that show. So she's kind of an icon in the Broadway world. In addition to being this Broadway icon, she started a program called Broadway Barks, where dogs and cats can be adopted. So in the summer, they have a day where they bring in dogs and cats from the animal shelters on Broadway near Schubert Alley, which Molly and I love that area of New York, Schubert's Alley. And they always get all the dogs and cats adopted. So we thought we'd read this really kind of special story about animals, about New York City, which is a place that Molly and I really cherish and love and try to visit whenever we can, and hope to get to visit soon when the pandemic is over, and kind of thinking about our friends in New York City. So this is Broadway Barks. Ozzy's here, I guess, as a visual aid. He's not going to read, but here we go. So this is Broadway Barks by Bernadette Peters. We'll see how this goes here. I used to be called Douglas. I used to live in an apartment building, but now I live in the park. No one here knows my name. I am waiting to be found. No one takes me for a walk. No one gives me dinner. And no one ever says,
"Good dog, Douglas."
I watch a lady who is reading a book. She is pretty. I'd like to sit and sniff her hair. Sometimes she hums. I listen quietly. I decide to follow the lady home, but the streets are busy and I lose sight of her. And I have to go back to the park. The next day, I see the lady again. She is wearing party shoes. I sit down next to her shoes. She gives me a biscuit. She gives me another. Delicious. When the pretty lady gets up and walks down the path, I follow the sweet smell of biscuits. The lady hails a taxi. She turns and smiles at me, and I jump in. To the taxi driver, she says,
"Schubert's Alley, please."
The cab ride is short. When we get out of the taxi, the lady tells me to sit. I listen quietly while she talks.
Here we are at Broadway Barks. There will be a show. Hopefully, someone from the audience will adopt you and give you a good home.
We go backstage. Someone ties a scarf around my neck. There are many other dogs, and cats too. I am very nervous. I am going to be on the stage. The show begins. A tall lady with a pretty smile starts the show.
Welcome to Broadway Barks. We have wonderful dogs and cats waiting for you to give them good homes.
Everyone claps and cheers. I hear singing. Then it's my turn. I sing. Then I dance. Everyone laughs harder. They just see jumping. Someone grabs my leash and pulls me off stage. I'm alone. Nobody loves me. Nobody wants me. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a small girl appears. She says,
I loved your singing. I loved your dancing. Would you like to go home with me?
I smile. Yes. The girl hugs me. She smells good. Then she says,
My name is Isabel. You look like a Kramer to me. From now on, I'm going to call you Kramer.
at my new house, I am given dinner, a bath, and a belly rub. When I do a little dance after dinner, I hear,
Good dog, Kramer.
in Isabel's room, there's a nice, cozy bed for me to sleep in. Isabel sings me to sleep.
Good night, my pal. Good night, my friend. Tomorrow, I'll see you again.
Good night, Kramer. Good night, Isabel. And good night, everybody. Thanks for listening to our bedtime stories. We hope you're well, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.